Students, now going to the next unit. That one is fifth unit, human reproduction. Human reproduction is with two lessons. In this first one is human reproductive system, and the next one is reproductive health. Okay, student. In this first topic, the male reproductive system. Male reproductive system, it is the one of the system present in the body of human beings with the different types of the parts. Okay, student. First one is scrotum, testis, and the second one is epididymis. These are the parts. And third one is vasa differentia. And another one urethra. Next penis. Student, testis, epididymis, vas deferens, okay, and urethra. It is the urethra, student, and enter this one is the part is penis. This first one, testis. What about the testis? Testis is the plural, student. Testis. Testicle is the singular. Only single. That is also called testicle. Testis, testicle. That is singular. Okay. Scrotum. What about the scrotum? One pair testicles locates in the bag-like structure, sock-like structure, that is called scrotum. That is called scrotum, loosely folded structure. Two testicles locates at the outside of the abdomen. So, testicles also considered as external genitalia. The parts related with the male reproductive system present outside of the body, outside of the abdomen, called external genitalia. Okay, student. Scrotum is the bag-like structure that encloses the two testicles. And some animals, if you observe, some amount of the another animals belongs from the mammalia or mammals. Intra-abdominal testes are present. In these animals, testicles or testis locates in the inner part of the abdomen. These does not appear outside of the abdomen. For example, whales, dolphins, sea cows, elephants. These are the animals shows intra-abdominal testis. In these animals, testis locates in the inner part of abdomen. But human beings, these are at the outside of the abdomen in the scrotal sac. Student, gubernaculum. What about the gubernaculum? Gubernaculum, testis held in position by the help of the gubernaculum. Gubernaculum is the fibrous cord-like structure. Helps in testis else in position and connects the testis. This is the gubernaculum, connects the testis to the bottom of the scrotum. Testis connect to the bottom of the scrotum, lower part of the scrotum, bottom of the scrotum, by the help of the fibrous cord called gubernaculum. Next, student, spermatic cord. What about the spermatic cord? Spermatic cord, it is formed by vas deferens. Spermatic cord formed by vas deferens, nerves, blood vessels, tissues. Spermatic cord that forms by vas deferens, nerves, blood vessels and the tissues. So both are forms the spermatic cord. This is the spermatic cord runs from the abdominal wall. This is runs from the abdominal wall and down to the testicle, down to the part of the testicle. Runs from the abdominal wall and down to the testicle. That is the spermatic cord. It is formed with student vas deferens, nerves, blood vessels, tissues. This is travels from the abdominal wall into the down part of the testicle. Next, and the tunica albuginea. What about tunica albuginea, student? Tunica albuginea, it is the fibrous envelope. Tunica albuginea is the fibrous envelope. Extends inward. It is the fibrous envelope that covers the testicle and extends inwards, extends to the inner part of the testicle and form the septa. Septa means that divides. Okay, that is the septa divides the inner part of the testicle into the partitions. These are the partitions are called lobules. Okay, student. This is the tunica albuginea entered into the inner part of the each testicle in the form of the septa, and that is the septa form the partitions, the testis into the lobules. In this way, if you observe the inner part of the each testis, that consists approximately 250 testicular lobules, student. These are testicular lobules formed by tunica albuginea. Okay, student. It is about tunica albuginea. Next, seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules. If you observe each one of the testicle, which shows the testicular lobules, each one of the testicular lobule consists 1 to 3 seminiferous tubules. Okay, thin narrow tubules present in each of the testicular lobule. These are called seminiferous tubule. Student, another tunica vaginalis. What about the tunica vaginalis? Tunica vaginalis consists serous membrane. Student, tunica vaginalis consists serous membrane, peritoneal layer. Tunica vaginalis that covers the outer part of the each testis. Okay, testicle, entire the part of the testicle surrounds with the tunica vaginalis, and with the serous membrane, it is with the serous membrane. Okay, it is also serous membrane, also called peritoneal layer. Peritoneal layer. Peritoneal layer or serous membrane, that means the organs present in the human body covers with the one of the serous membrane, that is called peritoneal layer. Next, student, germinal epithelium. What about the germinal epithelium? Germinal epithelium, seminiferous tubule lines with germinal epithelium. Seminiferous tubule present in testicular lobules. Seminiferous tubule present in testicular lobules. If you observe seminiferous tubule, that is lined with the germinal epithelium. Seminiferous tubule lined with the germinal epithelium. It is important, student. Germinal epithelium consists of two types of the cells. These are spermatogonial mother cells. Another one is Sertoli cells. Spermatogonial mother cells produce spermatozoa. Sertoli cells provides nutrition to the sperm cells, supply food material to the sperm cells. Okay. Next, what about primary spermatocytes? Primary spermatocytes produced by spermatogonial mother cells, which are present in germinal epithelium of the seminiferous tubule. Student, spermatogonial mother cells goes to the division and form the primary spermatocytes. Primary spermatocytes goes to the meiotic division and produce spermatids. Spermatids finally to form the sperm cells. Okay, student. This is about the process of the spermatogenesis. It is the process, production of the sperm cells from the spermatogonial mother cells is regulated by, stimulated by follicle stimulating hormone. Okay. Next, Sertoli cells, student. Sertoli cells not only helps in nourishing the sperm cells, provides nutrition for the sperm cells, also secretes one of the hormone, that is inhibin. Inhibin is the hormone secreted by Sertoli cells, inhibits follicle stimulating hormone from the anterior pituitary, from the pituitary gland. Okay, student. Follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle, what is the function of the follicle stimulating hormone? It regulates spermatogenesis in the males. Next, interstitial cells of Leydig. Interstitial cells of Leydig. These are also called Leydig cells. Leydig cells present at the space between the seminiferous tubule. Student, there is a space between the seminiferous tubule. That one is the space is called interstitial space. The cells present in the interstitial space, the cells present between the region of the seminiferous tubule called interstitial cells of Leydig, also called Leydig cells. Leydig cells produce one of the male androgen, important male androgen, that is called testosterone. Testosterone regulates secondary sexual character in the males. Okay, this is about the Leydig cells and testosterone. Okay, student, this is the part of the testis, seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules present in each testicle and open into the network like tubular structure, network like tubules. All these seminiferous tubules open into the network of the tubules called rete testis. Rete testis. Rete testis opens into the narrow tubules. Narrow tubules. Okay, student. These are the narrow tubules called vasa efferentia. Entire the narrow tubes present at the region. Okay, student. Present at this region includes called vasa efferentia. Retained testis open into the vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia open into epididymis. Student, it is important. Seminiferous tubule open into retained testis. Retained testis open into vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia open into epididymis. Okay. Next under, what about epididymis? Vasa efferentia also forms the head of the epididymis. Head part of the epididymis. By the presence of the retained testis, vasa efferentia, seminiferous tubules of the yeast testicle open into epididymis. Epididymis open, last part, end part of the epididymis open into vas deferens. Vas deferens. This is the vas deferens. Both are collectively called vasa differentia. It is the plural. Student, next. Epididymis, vasa efferentia leaves the testis, open into epididymis. What is the function of the epididymis? Epididymis, this is the region for the storage of the sperm cells and provides time to the maturation of the sperm cells. It is the function of the epididymis. Student, entire the part of the epididymis, student, epididymis that will consist of three regions. One is carpet epididymis, second one is corpus, middle part. Middle part is a corpus epididymis, and tail part, chorda epididymis. It is a carpet, it is corpus, and under it is chorda. Chorda means last part, tail part. Chorda epididymis. Chorda epididymis open into the vasa deferens. Okay, student. Next, under vasa differentia. Vasa differentia. Vasa differentia. Mucosa of vas deferens. Vas deferens means single tube. Vas deferens is long narrow muscular tube. Because of presentation of the muscles. This is the tube, also shows the contraction, helps in passage of the sperm cells through the lumen of the vas deferens. Pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium, student. Pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium. Okay. Pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium present in the wall of the vas deferens. Okay. Pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium present in the wall of the vas deferens, and lamina propria. Lamina means layer that is formed by the tissue. Lamina propria. Lamina propria, that means connective tissue. If you observe the wall of the vas deferens, that consists pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium and also connective tissue, lamina propria. Okay, and this is the vas deferens, student. Vas deferens came from the scrotal sac and enters the abdominal cavity, leaves the scrotal sac. It is leaves the scrotal sac and enters into the abdominal cavity, student. It is enters into the abdominal cavity, passes, and over urinary bladder. Okay, student, passes and over urinary bladder. It is the urinary bladder, student. It is over the urinary bladder. Student, vas deferens and duct of the seminal vesicle united form ejaculatory duct. Student, it is the duct of the vas deferens. It is the duct of the vas deferens. Okay. Next, it is the entire male reproductive system, also with the accessory glands. Accessory glands are seminal vesicle, one pair in number, and only one prostate gland is there. It is not paired, only one. Prostate gland is only one. And one pair bulbourethral gland, student. Bulbourethral gland. These three are the accessory glands of the male reproductive system. Student, if you observe seminal vesicle forms the one of the duct at this region. Duct of the seminal vesicle. That is called duct of the seminal vesicle. Duct of the seminal vesicle, if you observe only one side, duct of the seminal vesicle combines with the duct of the vas deferens. Both are combined. Duct of the vas deferens and duct of the seminal vesicle both are combined and form the ejaculatory duct. Student, carefully listen. Both are combined and form the ejaculatory duct. Okay, in this way, two ejaculatory ducts are formed. Two ejaculatory ducts, student, two ejaculatory ducts meet at the center part of the prostate gland. Meet at the center of the prostate gland. Student, these are both of the ejaculatory duct meet at this point and open into the urethra. This is the urethra, student. This is the urethra. Okay, both of the ejaculatory duct are at the point of the prostate gland. These are open into the urethra. This is the urethra, student. This is the region is called urethra. Okay. Next, and what about the urethra? What about the urethra? Urethra, it is the common duct, student. Urethra is the common duct. Why it is called as common duct? Urethra, it is exit for the urine and also transfer the spermatozoa, transfers the sperm cells to the outside. By this, this is called common duct. It is for the exit of urine and also transfers the spermatozoa. Okay, it is the duct. Urine is exit to the outside by this way, and it is the urethra also transfers the sperm cells to the outside. So it is called common duct. Okay, and origin from neck of urinary bladder. It is the urethra, student. It is originated from the region of the neck of urinary bladder. Already you observe excretory system. Urinary bladder is there. Single urinary bladder locates at the posterior part of the abdomen. Okay, urinary bladder at the region of the opening to the outside, there is a neck-like structure, forms the neck-like arrangement. Okay, this is the urethra. Urinary bladder opens into the urethra. Urinary bladder is open into the urethra. Student, it is the urethra. Origin from the neck of the urinary bladder extend through the penis. Student, it is the penis. It is the region is penis. It is the part is called penis. Urethra extends through the penis. Extends through the penis. And finally, it is consists of terminal opening. Urethra with a terminal opening, student. That is called urethral meatus. It is urethral meatus. Terminal opening is called urethral meatus. Okay. Next, what about the penis? Penis. It is the last part, student. External genitalia. What is the meaning of the external genitalia? Which are the parts that related with the reproductive system present at the outside of the body, outside of the abdomen, outside of the abdomen, not a body, called external genitalia. If you observe scrotum present at the outside of the abdomen. Okay. Next, penis also present at the outside of the abdomen. So both are considered as external genitalia in male reproductive system. Student, urinal duct, it is acting as a urinal duct. Okay. Next, transverse spermatozoa. Transfer the spermatozoa into the vagina of the females at the time of the ejaculation. That is called insemination. Insemination means transfer of the spermatozoa, introducing of the spermatozoa into the vagina of the females is called insemination. Okay. It is acting as a urinal duct and transfers the spermatozoa into the vagina of the females. Next, penis that consists of 3 columnar tissue. Student, 3 columns of the tissue. Student, this is the columns of the tissue. 3 columns of the tissue present in the testis, arranged as a dorsal aspect and the ventral aspect. If you observe the dorsal part of the penis, that consists 2 columns of the tissue called corpora cavernosa. Corpora cavernosa, student. Corpora cavernosa. 2 columns of the tissue present at the dorsal part of the penis is called corpora cavernosa. Corpora cavernosa. And only one of the column present at the ventral part of the penis, that is called corpus spongiosum. Student, corpora cavernosa. Corpora cavernosa that consists tissue with spaces. These are the spaces is filled with the blood at the time of the erection. At the time of the erection, the spaces present in the corpora cavernosa filled with the blood. This helps in erection and insemination, introducing of the semen into the vagina. And what about the glans penis, student? Glans penis, bulbous end part of the penis, that is called glans penis. This is the region is called glans penis. Glans penis that is covered with the loosely folded skin is called prepuce. Is called prepuce, student.